So it's been just over 3 years since I acquired this 1999 Saab 9.3 Viggen, and I must say that overall I do feel it was a good decision. To my mind, the car epitomizes the golden era of the hot hatch, late 1990s, early 2000s, and although the platform itself is 25 years old already, I do feel that the styling holds up well in late 2018. At the time of its release, it drew comparisons to the E36 BMW M3, but I feel that its true contemporary was in fact the front-wheel drive Acura Integra Type R. But while the Type R gained its 200 horses from a 1.8 liter 4 without the benefit of forced induction, this 2.3 liter is mated to a Mitsubishi TD04 high output turbo, and it's easily remappable for another 50 horsepower gain without any special hardware. This example, however, is just about 100% stock. Enthusiasts will note the color-matched grille and the lack of original Viggen wheels. These are the RK1 BBS. I do have an original chrome grille in my parts bin. However, the previous owner did the color matching and I've grown to be kind of fond of it, so I'm going to leave it for now. I did recently acquire a set of Viggen wheels, which are notoriously soft and bend prone, in excellent condition, and I will be throwing some summer-only tread on them and mounting them come spring. And speaking of the previous owner, if you saw my first video from 3 years ago, you'll remember that he had this car in North Yorkshire, England for 3 years, after it had been in California for 10. So while this is one of 420 Lightning Blue 1999 examples exported to the US, I do believe, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, this is the only one that's been back to Europe and then back again to the States. So let's take a look inside. So as you can see, I've kept the stock radio, but less obvious is the fact that I've upgraded all 6 speakers. You can see I had to do a little mod where I shaved down the speaker grill so I can fit that jumbo tweeter. The previous owner seemed to have had a subwoofer in the trunk, and the mid-bass speakers in the door, which were powered by the factory amp, were disconnected. So I reconnected the factory amp, and I added a Saab auxiliary input from Sweden. Expensive but worth it. They also sell a Bluetooth kit, but I prefer the reliability and simplicity of a wired connection. The previous owner affixed a Saab Scania emblem to the top of the shift knob, which I have retained, but other than that, things are pretty original in here. Let's pop the hood. As you can see, it's pretty much totally stock in here. When I bought the car, it had a pretty janky open air intake, pretty beat up air filter, which I promptly replaced with the stock air box. Really quieted things down, no whoosh whoosh anymore. So as you might expect with a 20-year-old car, I've had to do some stuff. At the time of the purchase, it was 145,000 miles and change, I think 145,600. My first order of business was to take it to Right Solution of Los Angeles, take care of an oil leak at the front main seal, the oil pump O-ring. That was $307.80. I replaced spark plugs for $34.67. The mass airflow sensor, that was $84.59. And the direct ignition cassette, which cost me $237.99. So the speakers were $277.92. The aux kit was 1355 svenska kronor, which in today's money is $153.46, although at the time I ordered it, it was closer to $200. I had Affordable Wheel Care of South Central Los Angeles refinish one of the wheels in Hyper Silver. That was $160. I replaced the clutch kit and slave cylinder for $1,049.18. But the pedal was still going soft in hot weather, so I went back to Taliaferro and did the master as well, while replacing the serpentine belt and adding an upgraded rear anti-sway bar and a steering rack brace from the good folks at Genuine Saab Taliaferro Imports in Springfield, Missouri for another $514.43. Also had Taliaferro replace CV boots while dropping the oil pan and repairing an AC leak. The bottom of the engine came in totally clean. So everyone said, drop the oil pan with these cars, you know, see what's under there, because these engines are notoriously sludge prone. No sludge. I've been really good about changing the oil. I don't think this car has ever gone more than 2,000 miles without an oil change. Mobil 1 0W40. Anyway, that bill came to $706.73. I did a DIY replacement of the radiator, $118.38. Fuel filter, $28.49. Cabin air filter, $16.49. Thermostat, $16.24. Coolant temp sensor, $8.74. Couple new hoses for $14.74 and $10.24. That was all done in 30-degree weather in the garage with the help of my buddy Alex Luttrell, the Saab kid. Recently, the automatic climate control fan resistor went, which left the fan running even after the car was switched off and the key out, and that was $107.92 installed myself. The ABS module went, but through the Saab community, I was able to source a replacement, a rebuilt one for only $50 shipped, and almost forgot a set of 225/45/17 General AS05 all-season tires, $479.16, bringing the grand total, excluding oil changes and leaving out a few odds and ends for which I didn't keep receipts, $4,615.96 for repairs, maintenance, and upgrades for a car that I've driven fewer than 17,000 miles in 3 years. That's almost as much as I paid for the car. So believe it or not, I'm 41 years old, and this is only my third car. I've only driven Saabs. This is my third car, my third Saab. I've always been more of a sustainable walking, biking, cycling, skateboarding, public transit guy, but I do love road trips. My first car I got at age 23. And it was a 1985 Saab 908 valve, 5-speed in azure blue. I promptly left my hometown of Winnipeg for an 8,000-mile road trip that took me to Fargo, Missoula, Salt Lake City, Denver, Dallas, New Orleans, Miami, Memphis, St. Louis, Kansas City, Minneapolis, and back to Winnipeg. Many places in between. I was with my then girlfriend, and we did it on an absolute shoestring. Hug the right lane and drive at 90 kilometers an hour, kilometers only speedometer, and try to maximize gas mileage. I think I got 40 miles per gallon sometimes, drafting semis. So on the whole trip, which took over a month, we didn't stay in a hotel once. We camped, like we camped, for example, on the beach in Grand Isle, Louisiana. You could park your car and pitch a tent right on the beach. Dolphins jumping everywhere, big schools of fish, all these helicopters going out to the oil drilling platforms. Most nights we slept in the car, which wasn't fun when we arrived in Dallas and the overnight low was in the mid-80s. My second car was a 1998 Saab 900S Talladega edition. I put 60k miles on it, driving from Winnipeg to Toronto and back, down to NYC a few times, all over Chicago, and eventually to Los Angeles. A couple of times I did sleep in the front seat at rest areas, which is not something I recommend. I haven't yet slept in the Viggen, feeling like I'm a little old to be doing so, but I do hope to be taking some more road trips. So I would like to get some more road trips in with this. Right now I'm in Old North St. Louis, and if you have any suggestions as to where I should trip that's, you know, within a day's drive of St. Louis, and there are a lot of possibilities, let me know. So that's the 3-year report with the 99 Viggen. Hope you've enjoyed it. Just give you a quick walk around. And if you liked this video, do me a favor and give it a like. Also, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to ring the bell so you'll get notified of all my updates. And I'm planning to do more car and travel related videos in the very near future. Thanks for watching.